Hello, this is Raju, a proud member and former captain of Kings Road Cricket Social Club. On the 1st and 2nd of August 2015, this upcoming weekend, the Road, we're facing the Battersea Badgers in a two-day, two-innings Super Test match. In the build-up to that match, I'll be talking in a set of videos about my memories, experiences, and thoughts of the Super Tests gone by. So this one I'll be talking about day 2 of the very first Super Test back in 2009. So where we ended day 1 was the Badgers had put on 300 runs for 9 wickets declared, and we were at 115 for 4 with batsmen Giles and Dan not out overnight. So yeah, we've definitely felt behind because 300 just seems so far away from 115, and we had lost a bulk of our wickets, and it just didn't seem very likely we would be relying on Giles to do the most of our run scoring if we were to get very close. But we started the day on the Sunday very cautiously, but knowing that we still had to, we had to get runs to make that to get close to reduce the deficit as much as we could. In particular, I think I should have mentioned about in the first video. They had one bowler who was uh, just bowling a nagging line, a left arm seam bowler, Tom Maskell, with a little bit of wobble. Just he bowled 10 overs straight on day 1 at the end to a couple of wickets, and then he bowled an 8 over spell on day 2, bowling a total of 18 overs, which probably was roughly about half our innings, and we just didn't know what to do. He picked off wickets, but he was also very economical. But we still persevered. Slowly, we after Giles had gone, he got 70 odd runs. Yeah, and just another half century, which was very customary for him in those days. The innings sort of slowly collapsed, and we were all out for 204. So no, the old adage in Test cricket is that you really don't know how good a first innings score is until both teams has batted first. So they put on 300, we don't put on 204. They had a lead of 96. So yeah, that we were definitely behind, and we definitely, well, no, definitely is probably not as too strong a word, but we definitely needed more runs, and 204 was probably a below par score on that in that situation. So now, with a 96 run lead for the Badgers, they played their second innings very differently. They took a very attacking approach. Well, no, I mean, they started off in a normal sort of cautious, just to see the ground, but you could see in the way they're playing that the way they sort of changed the order up a little bit. Their intent was to build a lead as quickly as possible. We had already consumed, in terms of overs played, more than half the. Well, it was probably about. Yeah, well, it was definitely about the 60% of the total overs for the match. So, in order to force a result, some acceleration had to be made in their innings. So they put on a total of 165 runs, giving us a total of and declared for 6 wickets. So over the course of the two innings, we weren't able to bowl them all out. So they gave us an interesting total of 262 runs to get in about 40 overs. Now, in a regular 40 overs match, 262 runs would be a challenging total for us. I don't think at that time. I think at that time we'd only once got a total of more than 262 in a 40 overs match, largely thanks to Dean and Giles. But 262 was difficult, but I think if it'd been over 300, it would have been like, yeah, let's shut up shop and let's not even bother. 262 was like, let's just see how it goes. If we bat sensibly, if we build a couple of partnerships, it could be quite interesting. So I changed the order up a bit. We had top run scorer, main go to for run scoring at the club. Giles opening with Pritch opening with him. He fell very quickly, and then brought in Leon, and they plundered runs. They were phenomenal. Uh, Giles got Giles and Leon both got half centuries again. I think the only disappointment was that actually Leon looked even better than he did in the first innings, and when he got out for 70 something, we thought, well, that he should have got a century. He really should. He was looking so fine, but it was that uh, this time, sort of, it was Andy Thorpe. He normally want to just pick off wickets against us when after we'd done all the hard work for not keeping out their their opening bowlers and stuff. Andy Thorpe would pick away a few wickets, and again he took both Giles's and Leon's wicket. But we were attacking them, having started the day on the back foot with a deficit. But and even after the Badgers started attacking to build that, give us a target to chase. I think that point round the middle of towards the end of Giles and Leon's partnership, the momentum probably swung our way a little bit, or definitely wasn't in their court. As far as they were definitely, we were definitely better off than we were at the beginning of the day. And I just remember it getting very exciting. We were cheering on, but there was taking away, taking a wicket of ours every now and then. But we still kept going for it. And I remember particularly in the last hour that all the Badgers could have won. They were needing like 3, 4, or 5 wickets at that point. We could have won. We were needing to chase maybe about a run a ball at that time, and but then also the draw was still an option. So very exciting, and it wasn't. It wasn't. I think there was definitely a strong, a considerable amount of time where all three were, possibilities were roughly equal in likelihood of happening. Um, but once Giles had gone, once Leonard had departed, I think when we got to about 5 or 6 down, I thought, okay, now it's getting a little bit difficult, and I think the decision was made uh, unofficially that by the time that I got it, well, Leon got out. Sorry, not Leon. Jamie got out. By the time I got in, yeah, I think that at that point it was let's make sure we do not lose. And I mean, Kevin at that time played a couple of lovely shots, but I was there at the end, facing at the last over, and I planted myself in my crease, saying, "I'm not going to get stumped. I'm going to make sure that we hold on for this draw." And I know they call me the Wandsworth Wall, but on 2000 at the Super Nest in 2009, I was a wall in Wandsworth Common, and I left when it was wide, and once I'd known that there was only 2 balls left with us having 3 wickets remaining, that we could not lose at this point unless stumping off a wide or something like that. It felt amazing, and when I blocked the final ball to confirm the draw, it was a most amazing feeling. I felt I had, we had won the game. Oh no, we had drawn the game, but given that we were in such dire straits at the end of day 1, in the middle of early in the morning of day 2, to block out for the draw at the end, especially when you're so physically and more particularly mentally tired, having played for 6 hours of play, 7 hours in total with the breaks of play for 2 days in a row. It was it was amazing, and it was the first time we played this format, and it was just an amazing game. And I'll have hopefully I'll have better games down the line where I actually score a few runs and take catches and stuff like that. But that I'll never forget that in my amateur social cricketing career. Okay. Anyway, that's the end of the this video about the Super Test day 2, and there'll be a few more games I'll be talking about, just and lists I'll bring up to refresh and keep you interested in the Super Test, this wonderful game that we play.